On a home of common sense and free speech with talk on the day after the day that Tim Davie, the Director General of the BBC, resigned after admitting the deceptive editing of Donald Trump's speech about the Capitol riots. Let's go straight to College Green. Andrew Griffith, Shadow Business and Trade Secretary. Andrew, oh no, he's indoors with two flags. Are you allowed to have them up, Andrew? A very good morning to you.
I'm very proud to have them up, particularly on a day that we're going to finally, I hope, get to grips with the BBC. It's institutional bias. It needs new leadership and fundamental reform. It's got to do a lot less. It's got to charge the taxpayer a lot less. And be a lot less biased.
It's really interesting. I mean, now all the right-wing journalists and all those people who self-perpetuate their ideology are saying Donald Trump is responsible for this. But this is a man, Tim Davie, that has presided over scandal after scandal, Andrew. Hugh Edwards, Gary Lineker, Greg Wallace, Bob Villan. I mean, my views on anti-Semitism are so strong, and quite rightly. He was at Glastonbury, Davie, and allowed the streaming of that vile human being saying deaf to the IDF. Martin Croxall, a really great newsreader, was sanctioned by the BBC last week for daring to change the autocue from pregnant people to pregnant woman. The BBC is manifestly, in terms of its news output, it's wrong, it's biased. Does it need defunding in your mind? What do you think needs to happen to it?
Look, I think the BBC needs fundamental reform. It's not about any one individual, sadly. It's not just a question of just changing one or two faces at the top. It is institutionally biased. You just look at their coverage of Glastonbury, for example. They spend a huge amount of taxpayers' money. This is money extracted under the threat of sending people to prison. It's a festival for the left. They fly down endless executives and often left-wing politicians. It's fawning coverage, and that's just one example. We've seen, obviously, in the Prescott files, exposure of a lot of institutional bias. But some of us have been saying this for decades. So this isn't about any individual. This is about a chance to fundamentally reform the BBC.
But do you? I will
do a lot less things.
I will
get back to basics.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I will push you on this, and I think it's a relevant thing. Richard Tice, I asked him, and I'll ask you, isn't it not time in the market we're in, where people get their news online, when terrestrial television is on its backside, where one of the, I think in the last audience figure ratings, YouTube was nearly the #1 news channel. Is it not time to stop saying to this huge sort of mega organisation that's got its feet under the desk, that's used to being given 175 quid by every single person, no, you're in a different marketplace, you need to prove your worth? Because I absolutely take Richard Tice's point that strictly traitors and all that's good, but I think I should choose to pay to watch that, as I have to do with everything else. I don't think I should be forced to pay to watch majoritively, well, I don't, news that is biased. They shouldn't. I don't think they should get that money. I think the state broadcaster is supposed to be balanced, and it is not balanced in any way, Andrew, is it?
100% I agree with you, Jeremy. What we need is reform of the newsroom immediately. We need to have a glide path to a point where the BBC no longer extracts money under the threat of sending people to prison, so it becomes a choice. And in the meantime, the process has got to be for it to focus on doing far fewer things well. Define what public service broadcasting is. I was on a panel that sought to do exactly that. Once you've got a slimmed down version of the very few things that we think public service broadcasting with absolute due impartiality consists of, then you can slim it down and move to a world of pure choice.
Now, I know you've got to move on. You're on the morning round. Can I ask you a most important question before you go? Are you being interviewed by the BBC this morning?
No, funnily enough, as a Conservative politician, every day we offer to go on the BBC, and most days they decline, and today is no exception.
Well, so, I think you should be very glad, because God knows
the BBC have got my number. They're very welcome to, unlike you, ask a question and let me answer without interrupting. Well,
the thing is, you should be glad you're not going on the BBC, Andrew, because it'll probably be edited to make you say the complete opposite to what you actually think. Andrew Griffith, thank you very much indeed. In answer, by the way, to people asking me, convictions for licence fee evasion. Last year, 25,550 people were convicted. This is an important point. You cannot be sent to prison for licence fee evasion. I'm just giving you facts, but you can be jailed for failing to pay the resultant fine. I'm not condoning anything. What I do believe fervently is it is about time the BBC was forced to survive through the quality of its work, because I think they'd be terrified, because I think people would go, are you joking?